What's up you guys, my name is Trippy and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with another video to help your job search experience go a little bit smoother. So today I want to focus specifically on your resume's experience section. What you write and how you write it is going to be a huge factor to determine whether or not the recruiter actually forwards your resume on to the next round. So without further ado, let's get right into it. On average, a recruiter only spends about 6 seconds looking at your resume, so you want to craft it in a way that it makes it easy for them to skim it. And that all begins with the format. I know white space can seem as the enemy whenever you're trying to write your resume, but having a crowded one can hurt you just as much. And unless you're going into a creative field, for example, like UX design or photography, and it actually requires you to showcase your portfolio, you want to stick to a really simple resume, especially if you're applying for engineering jobs. I've linked a resume template down below in my description box for you guys to check out that I personally used when I was in college, so you can check it out after this video is over. So now that you have a resume format down, let's talk about the content. What actually should be going in your resume's experience section? The most obvious thing that belongs in this section is any internship or co-op experiences that you may have had that directly relates to your major. But that doesn't mean that you should discount any jobs that are not related to your major. If you're able to write down any transferable skills that you may have, you can definitely include that in this section. Now, if you haven't had any jobs, you can definitely list other things in this section, like TA positions, RA positions, tutors, any leadership roles that you may have had in any student organizations. You can talk about personal projects that you may have worked on if they are related to your major. There's not really a specific set of things that you can or can't write about. You just have to work with the experience that you have and try to make it work within your resume. So now that we have how to format a resume and what content to actually put in there, let's talk about how to effectively write that content. Each bullet point about your experience should start with an action verb describing what you specifically did. Now, in this section, you should not be writing anything that starts with the words responsible for, because that's about as vague as you can get. Think about what actions you took while you were responsible for those things and start there. There's so many descriptive action verbs for you to choose from that you need to really take a second to think about what you actually did and choose the best verb that fits that situation. For example, instead of saying, I was involved in planning a mixer for my student org with alumni, you should write, planned and executed mixer with alumni. By starting your bullet points with action verbs, it lets the recruiter know exactly the role that you played. Now, once you have that down, you can take it up a notch further. Let's go back to our example. It's great that you planned and executed something, but how big was the event? How many people showed up? Nothing that you're saying in this bullet point really paints a picture in my head. So instead, when you say planned and executed mixer with 50 alumni for 150 plus students, I have a better idea of what it looked like for you when you were planning and executing that event. Your number here doesn't have to be huge. It just really has to be present. You could have had an event with 5 alumni and 10 students. The number really doesn't matter. The idea here is to paint a picture and give more information about your role. By the way, if you're liking this video and you want me to make more videos like this, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel below. Now, going back to maintaining the balance of white space on your resume, you want to make sure that you're adding content that's going to be benefiting you. Every single bullet point that you have on your resume needs to tell the recruiter something about what you specifically did and your achievements. I've seen students write content just to fill up some space on their resumes, and it really doesn't benefit them. So if you're stuck at that point, really take a moment to think about what else you can add onto your resume and how you can use this space to tell the recruiter something else about what you did. Now, this last thing that I want to talk about is no secret, and it's the fact that your resume gets scanned for keywords whenever you apply online. It really can be a lengthy and time-consuming thing, but if you put in the time and really tailor your resume for each job description that you're applying for, it can really give your resume a higher chance of getting selected by the system. Now, with that being said, there's a lot of great advice out there, but lying on your resume is not one of them. Anything that you put on your resume is fair game for the recruiter to ask you about and even test you on it. So you should be able to discuss any topic that you put on there at length. All right, guys, that's it for this video. If you liked this, please hit the like button and comment down below what else you want to see from me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.